This is Nikki with RallyUP Magazine. Hello, hello. Just coming on here saying welcome to the ultimate guide to mental health. Thank you everyone who has joined in just to learn more about RallyUP Magazine. We are a mental health magazine, but we are what's called the ultimate guide to mental wealth. I gave God my yes, and here we are promoting mental wellness in households globally. We are a printed and virtual mental health magazine. We're equipping families with content that cultivate hope, educate, and uplift and empower, inspire. Rally Up is a movement. That's what you'll see. My shirt says Rally Up to Save Lives. We've got merch with saying Rally Up to Save Lives. If you want to know how to join our movement, that is one of the ways. We are funded through our nonprofit We Fight Foundation. And our foundation serve those youth and young adults and families to help cultivate hope and educate them on mental health. And my biggest goal is to prevent suicide, because of the fact that I've almost lost my daughter to suicide over a decade ago. So that's how I got into the mental health field, and that's what birthed the foundation. And out of the foundation came RallyUP Magazine. Mental wealth possess the knowledge and skills and resilience to maintain and enjoy in great mental health, even during those tough times, and know when to rest. Our magazine is just full of all the content and to help guide you and tap into those feelings that help you regulate feelings, those thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. We have a right to mental wealth, right? A balance of mental health awareness, application of all we learn, because we're normalizing the conversations around mental health, being consistent with caring for our mental health and self-care for our entire well-being in our soul and our spiritual need. We have a faith and mental health section, so we tap into that as well in the magazine. We have a therapy is dope section for our mental health professionals to give their expertise in that section. We have a warrior zone where we highlight our warriors, those who's ready to tell their story, another side of their story, how they thrive and how mental illness have not took control, but they able to thrive and live no matter what their challenges, mental health challenges are. We also have a poetry corner where we highlight our poets and give them the opportunity to share their the way they share their mental health journey. We have a youth zone where we like to give our youth a voice. And we also have a health and wellness section where we share recipes and workouts and health tips, and because we know our physical health, right, is connected to our mental health. So if you are interested in being featured and you want to highlight all you're doing, we have our mental health change agent section. We have our making a difference section where we highlight those community organizations that's doing something in the communities that's impacting for mental health. We highlight our mental health change agents. So if you know you want to be featured, you can inquire that by going to office@rallyupmagazine.com. If you want to write for us, we have room for you as well. You can come on as a contributor writer, or you can even submit something for as a guest writer. We like to highlight also our caregivers of loved ones. You may have a story. We also like to nutritionists, chefs, and fitness trainers. We have room for everyone. Our guide is full of everything to touch on with as it pertains to mental health. These are some examples. Of course, I got to show the magazine for where we had the Black Mental Wellness Corp on here. So that's one of our magazines, but one of our most recent magazine have one of our mental health change agent on Bashir, right? And his lovely wife, that's another magazine. So we have, like I said, it's full of so much good content. Actually, I was on a platform last year with this queen, and she was featured in the magazine as well. So look, check us out, support us, talk about us. That's how we get around. We, you know, of course, social media get us to a certain point of getting out, but you know, we out in this community, we're passing out magazines, we're coming on platforms like this so that people can know that there is a guide the ultimate guide to mental health that can guide you. And it could be in your household. It could be in your office. You could pass it on to someone. Once you read it, pass it on to the next person. But it's all about normalizing not only the conversation around mental health, but even normalizing healing, because we tell real stories. We interview mental health change agents. We like to get on the inside of what people feel and how they got in the profession, because it's one thing just to read content of information, but to really hear from a personal side, from someone who's being transparent, that can be relatable. The magazine is relatable. So that's all I have. So you can find us on Instagram, RallyUpMagazine.com. We're on Facebook. I do Twitter sometimes, but I'm Nikki with Rally Up Magazine. Thank you for listening. Check us out, support us, subscribe. And go buy some merch. Use the code. You get a discount today and get us some merch. That's another way how you can just rally up to save lives.